Hello, everyone. It is your Auntie Mo here to explain the world, or maybe just generally be a chaos demon as per usual. Thank you, Eris, for doing your Moddy Mod stuff. And Christine, thank you for being here. Murph's Turf. Let's see here. Murph, if you want, you can put her link up. Wolfram, hello, howdy. Thanks for wiping your paws. At least you're better than Fryberto. Thank you, JKD Buck, for being here. And Peace Peony. Yeah, this, well, define safe space. We should not be talking about bits and pieces unless Sal gets here and asks how babies were made. Then all bets are off if Salberto joins. I will try to explain things, but I will give you the level truths. Oh, Murph, no, I'm gonna let Eris put up a link if she wants to, since she is a super duper mod. Thank you, Salbert. And speaking of Salberto, our lovely, lovely Salbert, the amazing, my, twin. We're still figuring out which one of us is the more chaos demon, but he is my good friend, my bestest, most, twin like twin. But if you could, if you haven't, or if you think you are still subbed to Salberto, if you would just take a moment to check, because he is very close to getting monetized. And I would like him to get monetized so that he will be on, Life After Lockup, because I feel like he would be great at that. And in personal growth, personal journey stuff, true honesty, and in all, transparency, today has been a personal growth day. Actually, last night was a personal growth night. In personal and true transparency. Your Auntie Mo has been very good this year at mouthing those words of acceptance and, totally being okay with this whole like having a chronic condition thing. But you know what? In all honesty, thank you. Yeah, I listen, the curly girl thing is a thing. And it's a really cool thing, but I do like having, the ability to straighten it, and I wanted to see how long it's gotten because I might have been a very big jerkety jerk to my hair during lockdown. Like, I was a bit of an ass hat, to my hair. So, I had to chop it all off about February of this year, and it was sad. I had a little funeral. It was terrible. So, I'm trying to be nicer to it, and I was doing the whole curly girl thing, but I did wanna see how long it's gotten, so I'm doing the Rachel. Thank you so much, everyone. I would like to say that I am not vain, but I am vain. Uh, but in all transparency and all honesty, since I am Auntie Mo explains it all and given wisdom on the internets, your Auntie Mo, your Mo in the deep end, your, guru of all life advice. The stem not working. It is easy to mouth the words of acceptance and being okay with everything and big changes. And it is okay to logic all those things out. And I am good at logicking those things out. But the emotions that go with those, working those things out, I'm the type that I don't like to deal with those. I would put those in a box, put those box, uh, put that box in a cement box, put that box on top of an a aircraft carrier, take that out into the middle of the Atlantic, put that, in the Marianas Trench and let the megalodon eat it. That is how I would deal with that. Now, unfortunately, for the rest of us who would like to logic things out, that is not how feelings work. So, as a tip from your Auntie Mo, if you have some feelings that you would like to work out, as I am going to do, you know, if you are able to, make a call on Monday and find someone to talk to. Because, unfortunately, for those of us who would rather lock our feelings in a lockbox than cover it with cement, then throw that cement box into the Marianas Trench, unfortunately, it has a way of filling with gases and bubbling up to the top. So, fortunately, you gots to deal with them. So, there you go. That is my personal doodad of the day. Now, I have pulled some articles that I feel that there are some people in the wider world that need some Auntie Mo wisdoming here because even though I may not have my squirrels, ducks, and monkeys all in a row marching, even balleting in a constellation of chaos, I feel like I can give a little bit of advice here, just a tiny bit, or at least give my opinions as per the internet. I don't have to be good. I just have to give my opinion as per usual. You know how everyone is now a total, well, what is it called? Um, now everyone is an expert on the Mesopotamia, thing. Everyone now knows everything about the Middle East. We have religious scholars everywhere now. It's amazing because just a couple months ago, everyone was a Ukraimia scholar. It's amazing. In other news, I do want to, well, no, I can't show you this, but I was almost able, before I had a very intense flare last night, to put together Fry's new crate. I was so proud of me. Now, I was being a horse's rear. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I was being a horse's ass. And I was doing it to try to prove a point that I could do it without, asking Mr. Mo for help. So, I was being a horse's ass, to be very honest with you. I was like, "I am not gonna ask him for help. Woman, hear me roar. I can do this all by my own self." So, I pushed my leg, beyond what I should have done because, you know, horse's ass, as per usual. So, but I got it all done except for the bottom, and I was very proud of me. And I might have used the wrong, clampety clamp thingy mabobs for the wrong thing, and I'm sure it would have all went better had I used, what is it, screwdriver, the electric screwdrivers instead of the screwdriver thingy that was attached. But I did it again to prove a point, which was dumb. So, again, advice: relationships are much more important than proving a dumbass point. Don't be a horse's ass. Ask for help. Don't sit in pain to prove a point. Don't be a horse's ass. Don't be an Auntie Mo horse's ass. Just ask for help. A little, just a smidgen of humility. Okay, a large bit of humble pie. I mean, not that I'm gonna say I ate any. Me? Words? No, no, I did not explain to Mr. Mo what I learned on the Jody stream. That's a later tonight conversation. That's Mo after dark conversations. Oh my god. He's like, "What did you do on the Jody stream then?" Because I was telling him about the Stabby Day stream where I told him I was giving, advice that I barely was following. And he said, "Well, it's good that you can at least articulate some words." But our first people in need of some Auntie Mo advice, apparently looks maxing is a trend on TikTok. As a mom of a teen boy, I am concerned. Okay, can we all blend together and get TikTok off of our phones? Unless we're going to the CCP TikTok or Yeah, the CCP TikTok where they're teaching STEM and math. If the commies or sorry, if the Chinese Communist Party will only allow their teens to look at STEM and math equations and things like that, then that's what I want my teens looking at. I don't want my teens looking at one of our next articles, which is, you know, Mr. Bin Laden's article of, possible, CIA Mockingbird, kinda thing. Again, that's only in China. I would like TikTok seems to have been a a greater tragedy than anything. I don't know of anything good it's anything good it's produced, but I don't use it. So, I may be a neo-Luddite. I may say, "Let's go back to just books," but then again, I use my cell phone all the time to listen to audiobooks. So, I am a damn hypocrite. I don't know, but let's see what looks maxing is and why this teen boy mom is worried. If our handheld devices are indeed a black mirror, I'm worried about TikTok's newest reflection of our kids. It's called Looks Maxing, and in 2.5 billion posts, the teen boys and young men are posting tips on personal grooming that range from the obvious brush your teeth. Okay, look, Auntie Mo in the deep, Grammy advice asking for help. If you have a partner, appreciate it and ask for help. Some of us don't have a partner to ask because we never did. So ask. Yes, that's a big part of it. Also, don't be afraid to communicate. Look, for this entire year, gonna be real transparent here. I have felt that I have left Mr. Mo without a wife because I have felt like I have not really been here this year between not feeling good and then, things outside my control. And do you know what he said? He made a fart noise because he didn't feel like that. Again, I have been overthinking all of this, and he has been hearing circus music and not thinking any of that stuff. So, I have been feeling like 875,000 pounds of guilt, and he has been thinking about hot dogs. So, there you go. I will be sending him another naked Nancy Pelosi picture once I figure out Photoshop. Maybe not naked, that's a little too mean. But, again, maybe we tend to overthink it as women's. B but here I'd been carrying all this guilt for an entire year of not being a good wife, which I generally think I'm quite awesome, so, I have these rare days where I think things different. Mr. Mo just needs to appreciate that he's allowed to sleep in the main house and not the doghouse men's. No, I honestly, he has to deal with me, and I'm generally maybe not the most emotionally intelligent person. I tend to logic things out, then bottle them up, and unfortunately, he he tends to deal with, like, "Oh, you left the trash in there. Well, you must not appreciate me," and then the whole thing farts out in a big, giant emotional like last night, and then he has to deal with girly hormonal crying, where I just vomit out my feelings for an hour and a half. It's really fun for everyone. I feel awesome after and exhausted. So, no, he's a saint, and I'm me. So, unfortunately, he's stuck with us. Ah, Auntie Mo, the fact that what you just said about Mr. Mo made me giggle. Get out of your own head, toss the man a hot dog, just love it, move a step closer so you feel better too, though. Yeah, Well, it's called hormones. Yeah, I wish my hormones would give me a Post-it note when they're gonna, like, riot. I feel it's only necessary that I house them. They should give me a warning note when they're gonna go cray cray. Like, just a little Post-it like, "Hey, Mo, on the 19th, we are gonna we're gonna F you up. We are effing around, you're gonna find out." Just block off that day. Nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be all the cray. Lock up their husbands, take the children out. It's gonna be bad. But there you go. That's what I wish. And to be very fair, what we were talking about yesterday is true. M In 12 years, I have learned subtle is not a thing. Subtle will never work. Never. If any relationship advice, subtle is not a thing. Passive aggressive is not a thing. If you are pissed off as a woman about something, anything, you feel unloved, unappreciated, something like that, do not get upset about a trash bag. Go to your partner, look him dead in the eye, actually make him look you in the eye. This is what I do with my sons with ADHD, and since I also have ADHD, I make sure they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them, so I know that we are paying attention and none of our squirrels are distracted by anything. And then I and then say, "Whatever the hell is bothering you." Just verbally diarrhea it out. Now try to do it in a calm, not cursy way. If possible, look, it might not be possible. You might have to just vomit it out in a cursy, ugly way and then apologize at the end of it. Just apologize at the end of it, say, "Look," or at the start of it, say, "This is gonna come out real ugly, and I don't mean it to come out real ugly, but it's gonna come out ugly, and I wish I had better words." And then you say this. You say whatever it is, like, "I am feeling like you don't appreciate me, and when you leave the trash can, when I am expected to do all the little scut work, it pisses me off. And I'm gonna leave now because if I don't, I'm gonna say some really hurtful things about how your parents might be cousins or how, you might, you know, possibly be the product of, a tree that doesn't fork, okay? I'm leaving now. Look, that's how I have to do it, but it might not work for your entire marriage. I'm just saying, look, this is what works for Mr. Mo and I. Because look, I might be a whole lot crazy. Again, this is not marriage advice. So let's see. Well, if a TikTok would make my boys brush their teeth without me having to like hog tie and then floss their teeth, to the dangerous, only eat one meal a day. Boys, men, young men. Now, look, I will say I am not of the new generation, but I have read a shit ton, a metric shit ton. I believe it's okay, in my measurements, a metric shit ton is at least 56,200 pounds, okay? Now, the metric shit ton changes every time I make up this number. But every single shirtless book that I have read in a smexiness, even the Yeti ones, which don't read them, they're weird and gross unless you really like things. Looks maxing, we're getting into it, but I am just off on tangents. So this is just Mo verbally diarrheaing for like an hour and a half. Who knows? It's been a week. Any hoozle. Young men, about eating one meal a day. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Now, women might say they want Harry Styles, but you ask any man, woman, child, Zim, Zer, if they would go out with Henry Castle, the guy from The Witcher, F Lyrica. I used to be Henry Cavill. Look, the nerdy guy from The Witcher. Every single person, Zim Zur, unicorn furry, whoever. Dude is ripped and like 250, okay? Henry Cavill, there you go. Freaking Lyrica, gosh darn it. I used to be able to remember names of like 7 Degrees from Kevin Bacon. My mother used to be able to do it. It is the most maddening thing. Okay, I'm telling you what. And my level of Smexy knowledge. I have an encyclopedic, Smexy romance. You look at every single there are no twinks on there, okay? Even the male romance novels. I'm look, there are genres on Kindle that you would not believe, all right? We will go down the Kindle weirdness one day in a stream. But what women want is protection. And Henry Styles could not protect you in a zombie apocalypse. I'm going Henry Cavill all the way. Henry Styles is getting, broken in half by an orc. It's just not happening. Eat more than one meal. And I am so damn tired of the fat acceptance movement. I am off on 27 tangents right now. We are off. It is squirrels have not even aligned in one damn section today in all of this entire week. Squirrels have been off. But I am pissed off about one thing, so let's talk about it cuz this fat acceptance movement and this Kindle thing has pissed me off, but we're going to make things understandable here cuz I have a bone to pick. All right, so if anyone has been on the Smexy side of Kindle, we have seen a bunch of books with the curvy, for flip's sake, why am I trying to write with my left hand? Because I'm flipping ridiculous today. With the, curvy heroine and the damned six-pack guy, but you have never seen the damned fluffy. Oh, you know what? Men deserve to have body positivity too. Where are the fluffy male books? Why is it women get body positivity, but you don't see, the fluffy men books? I feel a whole lot bad for men. We've got all these curvy, fluffy BBW, whatever, novels for women, but I don't ever see, the big fluffy male models. You know what? That is just some damn double standards. I am so tired of women getting a bunch of privileges and then men getting told to suck it the hell up. I'm about done. I know. I know. Moob life matters. I am so damn tired of it. I mean, have y'all seen the look, I'm trying not to commit fluffy on fluffy crime, but there was this look, I saw it on Twitter, but there was this largish person that was, I think him, they might have been trans. They didn't have a neck. They were so big, demanding that they were a 10 and everyone loved them. Just, well, yeah. But why is it that women can be fluffy, but they still want to be, with a guy with a six pack? You demand that your male partner, exercise the discipline you don't. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get why. Look, I'm sorry. Look, again, it's not fair. And I'm not going to go full MRA, but it's getting a little, I'm tangenting, but if I see my sons trying to go down to one meal a day, especially my gorgeous Bobby Hill son, who may always just be a little bit squishy, I will lose my goddamn mind. I will lose it because my boy is just you know what? As a kid whose mom may have never been able to tell them in their own words, "I love you just the way you are." I have made it my life mission to tell my kids that nearly every day in a way that they can hear it. These boys Yeah, no crap, sorry. Sorry, you guys. It is apparent when I have bad days, like bad pain days the day after. I would be well, this would be a hangover day. So, it is apparent I am having a pain hangover day, so I am sorry, my ADHD is much more pronounced. Um, yeah, that's another piece of BS. Do you wanna know what my first date was with Mr. Mo? So, Mr. Mo, flip it, we're getting off the whatever. So, Mr. Mo and I, met up, we ordered pizza, he was playing WoW, he wanted me to play WoW with him. Now, he didn't realize that I suck to high heaven with video games. Now, he learned it when the first thing I did was just make my character spin around, and that's literally all I did. Poor Mr. Mo. It is what it is. And we ordered pizza. Actually, we'll stick on this because I kinda wanna say more about teen boys. But, so we ordered pizza, and I just had my, 2 oldest girls, and they have become his bonus daughters, and my oldest daughter ate pizza with us and then proceeded to throw up everywhere, like, everywhere, all the places, and throw up is my kryptonite. And do you know what Mr. Mo did? He just said, "Okay," and we used an entire roll of paper towels, which I was, like, verglumped, because I was like, "You're using an entire roll of paper towels." And he said, "It's fine, we will fix it." And he didn't get upset, he didn't get Twitter-pated, he just said, "Okay, I can join the raid late." I didn't know raiding nights existed, I don't know I look, I still don't understand what a tank is, to be honest with you. I just know he does one. He's like, "I got 24/7 DRPS with, the magical crystal dildo of magicness, and I defeated the boss of Aragorn." Look, Mr. Mo starts talking about WoW, and I simply start listening to the circus music that's going on in my head, but I smile and nod because it's important to him, and I just say, "That is very good, sweetie, and I am proud of you for beating that boss." I have no idea, although I did make fun of him hilariously when they had the Pan Delirium stage, because I was like, "Oh my god, they did Kung Fu Panda." Y'all, I am so sorry. This is like ADHD on method acting while eating Pixie Sticks and Mountain Dew. I can only say it is what it is today. I'm probably gonna go take a nap after this. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try to do, EU's thing, but but it definitely is one of those things where it's, well, Mr. Mo does pretend to be interested in my cases. Oh, yes. Eris is right. I will try to, redirect you into that so that we can, get you guys updates. Yeah, well, today Yeah, today is just one of those days. I kind of had a breakthrough because when people at least for me, and I can only speak for me, but, sometimes when everyone is telling you how well you're coping with everything, it sets the expectation that you're doing fine with things, and I tend to pretend that I'm doing fine with things when I'm really not. Uh, so and I don't wanna put so much on Mr. Mo because he works so hard. And he's been so supportive with this new thing that I love. I love doing this, and this has been my dream for forever. And now I've got wigs, and I've got ideas, and I've got everything, and it is so freaking frustrating that my body sometimes just craps out on me for no good reason. Which is, something that I cannot control all the time, which I like being in control. Ah, I'm glad. I know, it's so funny. My mom's like, "Well, you're doing better with your control." I was like, "Yeah, I let the pilot fly the airplane sometimes." Yes, shenanigan, and I think I've come to the point where I can say of unofficially that one day I might steal that from you, but I will ask permission before I steal the name. Some of it, yes. Some of this, I will say, I wish that the people fighting for the privileges would have also fought for the responsibilities. That's my issue, is that a lot of the quote unquote feminists want the privileges, want the perks, want the perceived, you know, "Oh my gosh, men get to do X, Y, and Z," but they don't see the responsibilities, the downsides, the things that are expected of men just for being men, just for being dangly bits havers, you know, it is that is the issue I have with feminism, or at least modern feminism, TM trademark as it is being sold, is that it is definitely a punishment. It is definitely a, vindictive. It is, definitely malicious, and it doesn't come from a good place. Now, I do like Christina Hoff Sommers. I like, oh gosh, I just had her name. It'll come back to me. She smokes a lot. I like the Honey Badgers. I like a lot of people. I do like the smell of leather. Thank you so much. Alright, so as a woman and a mom of a 17-year-old son, I have a particular insight on how this concerning trend has the potential to undermine physical and mental health of a nation. Thinking think of it as a poisonous Tide Pod challenge that's slowly slooping into Gen Z. Now, I grant you, this can be read as a reflex of kids today disapproval from a single Gen Z or Gen X mom. Though counter to expectations, I'm a fan of super baggy jeans, decorative pimple patches, and ice spice. Nonetheless, as a longtime feminist, oh, well, I'm not reading the rest of this article. I'm especially disappointed in what I see as the post feminist dawn of equality. What have feminists done? I mean, really, pass the vote, and now we have the Equality Act. What rights do we not have as women? The gender pay gap can be explained by multivariable choices that women and men make different choices. So, what is it that we don't have? I mean, I know I have made a choice to stay home with my children, and some days look at it and wonder if I would go out, but I'm doing what I love here, and I'm love that I was able to be a mom, and I don't look down at women who went to work and made a choice to do that and love what they did. If maybe we didn't have a bunch of moms who felt so guilty that they decided to take that guilt out and judge other women for doing something that they wish they could do, you know, it'd be awesome if maybe instead of using our guilt to judge other women, we just worked through our crap collectively. Not that I can use any of that because I'm kind of glass house and throwing stones, but just saying. Maybe if we didn't, use our mom guilt and instead of working on ourselves, we decided to just, not judge. Let's see. Since I was a teen, I believe in the equality of the sexes, which in those days meant rejecting the narrow definition of women as a sex object. And you were okay with TikTok? Have you seen the BS that goes on there? Like the women talking about their sexual partners as like car ownership and the mileage stuff and like new car smell. I mean, what the actual smell? I rejected the beauty myth, the concept that the woman's personal and political gains were undermined by unrealistic driven standards of beauty. Yeah, okay. Put plainly, I didn't want to be what you thought I needed to look like or act like to be a valuable member of society. Oh, so you didn't shave your armpits and you look like you went to Lilith Fair. I've translated for you. I didn't have to be hot to earn my place in the world. So you wore a half a bandana and listened to Tori Amos. All right. Instead, women could focus on our intellect, energy, and ethics. So if I wanted to have hairy legs, a flat chest, close nibbed nails, that was my choice, and I didn't feel that made me less of a person. You drove a Subaru. You had flannel shirts and you had Birkenstocks. As a person who now has Birkenstocks, I applaud the Birkenstocks. So I agree. But back to the newest trend in superficiality. So you just went up here and you were basically saying, "Now don't reject me. I have all the liberal cred." Oh my god, what is wrong with this woman? Just make your statements. Don't put out that you have all the liberal check marks and tags and patches. Say what you need to say. This is what's wrong with the liberal movement. You have to actually put out your credentials and say, "Well, I never shaved my legs. I never did this. I thought that men were terrible and icky. I, looked like I came from Lilith Fair. Now can I state my opinion freely?" I mean, what happened to just saying, "Well, I always just spout off whatever's in my mouth hole from my head to my mouth hole, so never mind." But let's get back to the newest trend in superficiality. Oh, because you're so deep. Let's take a glance at the looks maxing glossary, aka best practices. Look, some of this is okay because again, if you can get a teen boy, can we get a teen boy to clean their dang room? Could we get a teen boy to get out of the freaking bathroom because we know what's going on in there, or just wash his own socks? So no one has to go into the biohazard that is in their room. Is this what we've gained from equality? The right for everyone, regardless of gender, to decide that self respect is an outside job, doubling down on the concept of lookisms borrowed from and equaling savagery. The ladies quote, breaking facial bones to have them regrow stronger. In this community, it's called bone smashing. I have seen this. What in the actual Chanel? I mean, look, I may be not the most eloquent wordsmithery person, but if you are taking a hammer to your face, Have you thought about going into a hospital for 72 hours? Again, as a person who is calling a mental health person on Monday, quite freely, let's look up bone smashing. Oh, t- nope. Guess you can't look it. The concept of looks maxing seems to me to be a bizarro gift of the magi. In a classic short story, a loving couple each sold something precious to them in order to buy a gift for. Again, it's a monkey's paw thing. It's the concept that was so horribly written and acted in Wonder Woman 1984, where Wonder Woman accidentally had unconsensual smexy time with, well, whoever Chris Pine inhabited for that short time in the '80s. But why the hell would you smash your bones? Look, we need a program to get young people doing something because they have no purpose. If you are smashing your bones to look better, I have chores. You can build me a she shed studio. I need a therapy pool. Start building. Kids need people to talk to. Old people need people to talk to. There are billions of things that need done. Maybe don't look in a mirror and hold a hammer to your face. I mean, I am not the smartest person. I am a redhead that bounced off on the internet, but it seems more productive than smashing your face. Let's see. In looks maxing, the fetishization of a young man's personal appearance is done in service of accruing sexual agency and personal self-regard. But haven't women already found that to be a fool's errand? Wait a minute. You know what? I am so pissed off at this woman. Let me tell you something. This woman would not have given two F's about the plight of men until she had a son. And you know what? No, actually, no. I take that back because I kind of felt this way. I didn't understand how different, how hard, how much things are stacked against boys until I had them. Until I had to go, look at how schooling is hard for boys. They're expected to sit down and sit still for 8 hours almost a day. When boys want to run, they wanna move things with their hands. They're kinetic, they're energetic, they move around, they, learn through touch, they move, they're most of things most of education is set up for girls and lecture and all of this stuff. Christina Hoff Sommers has a great book, I think Lost Boys is what it's called. So many boys are put on ADHD medications because, they can't sit still because they're not supposed to learn like that. I mean, schools are coming around to that. They've got fidget chairs, they're doing more hands-on things. B Boys are expected to be tough. They're being told, "Hey, you know what? Every single hero now, have you noticed every single movie star, every single hero is being replaced by a strong, powerful woman. A strong, powerful woman. Who are boys supposed to look up to? Because every single time they replace it with a strong, powerful woman, the guy that they, have as, the assistant now, it is a dumb guy, is an idiot, is a moron. I mean, they made Nick Fury of the Marvels, of Marvel comic fame, of the Marvel movies. He lost his daggone eye to a flerken, a cat. You're telling me Shaft, you're telling me Freaking Samuel L. Jackson, Snakes on a Plane, lost his goddamn eye to a flirkin. I can't. I can't. You're telling me Obi-Wan Kenobi, between, you know, the the end of the original trilogy and the new whatever Disney made, gave up on his sole mission to protect Luke, that's all he was supposed to do, but he somehow, decided to go meet Leia for reasons. No reason, she just got lost for no reason. He helped her, and then they were supposed to pretend they'd never met. So in the original trilogy, when he dies and she acts like she never done met him, she didn't care, she is now a cold bitch if you go by chronology because, she must never care. Yeah, I'm a total nerd, you guys. Total super nerd. Super nerd. I'm just saying, again, yes, I may or may not have tried to subject, Mr. Mo to the EFAP 12 hours of Rise of the Soy Walker. He's like, "How long is this?" I was like, "12 hours?" And he's like, "How can" I may have listened to it multiple times on repeat. Look, I'm not saying I'm normal. He knew I wasn't normal. But even now, look at the new, Little Mermaid. They didn't want Eric to save, Ariel because they wanted the woman to save herself. We're not giving the boys any dragons to slay. Mr. Mo hates that he can't help. That's the hardest thing for him, he said last night. He's like, "Look, I would like to have something I could fix." And he can't fix this. No one can right now. I go to a new doctor in December to see if there's new doctors that I can gel with better, but, you know, you can't. But this article gives me some hope that a lot of women who maybe bought into the feminist mindset, the equality is great, the male privilege is real, are waking up because we have sons and we see the world differently now. So, you know what? It is really good that this woman is waking up. I mean, I don't agree with the lens through which she sees things, but the fact that she is seeing things now is encouraging. We don't have to see things the same way. And I love that. That's why I love the law. It can be seen so many ways. You can use so many prisms. You can look at fact patterns in so many ways and go from, you know, m murder 1 to manslaughter. If you look at your fact patterns in different ways, if you use a different lens, if you shift something here or there, it's that's what I love about it. My mom's like, "Are you gonna go to lawyer school, though? Like, people sending you stickers, it just doesn't seem like a business. Are you on the Instagrams and the OnlyFans?" I was like, "Yes, mother, I'm selling bathwater. That's what I'm doing, farts in a jar. Tell everyone." Yes, he is. Wolfie is the best furry. Yes, I would love male heroes. I will say so I know it wasn't a big box office hit, and I know I've said it before, but the recent movie that, um, really showed excellent wonderful, humble, service-oriented, family first. Shazam 2, it had Rachel Zegler in it, but she nearly died, so, it's a good movie either way. Ba-dum-ching. Uh, but it showed such wonderful, humble, seeking wisdom from others, good family values, the value of family, the value of protection, the value of, admitting you're not smart and, seeking wisdom from others more smart than you. It had so many great lessons. I would recommend it to anyone who wants to take their boys to movies with good heroes. It was really good. I was actually pleasantly surprised, and we actually bought it because it was refreshing to see parents not being morons, the dad not getting made fun of and, Homer Simpsoning out, the parents picking up on things about their kids and not being silly, and the really good family lessons that, showed things. It was I was impressed, and normally it's Shazam. I mean, now I really want Skittles, but I'm trying to be better, damn it. Every time you try to do better, Thanksgiving comes. I don't know about anyone else. I know ADHD and squirrels, but did Thanksgiving come like a week early for anyone else? Because I swear to God, it feels like Thanksgiving is supposed to be next week. I don't even have half of Black Friday done. This year has just been can I get a mulligan year? I mean, besides meeting all of you and having the most awesome this. I know. Probably. Yeah, he wants a war cabinet, although I will say so, um, my middle daughter has brought one boy over, and I kind of was the one that did the whole thing because he came over in the car with his friend, and I went out to meet him, and he said, "I don't exactly know what to do," and I said, "Well, sweetie, what you do is you get out of your car, you never honk your horn and expect a girl to come out to you. That's what you call starting a fight. You come out, you shake the, parent's hand, and you introduce yourself and maybe say a little bit about yourself." And my daughter was horrified, just horrified, so I did my job. And he said, "Thanks, that's good advice to know." I need nothing to help me in my fluffiness. I really don't. Oh, thank you, Don. So, let's what in the actual in other news, why the hell TikTok still exists? Can we talk about why we should defund the federal education system? What the actual Schnell and get TikTok what is wrong with TikTokers? I have no idea. What is this? W uh, eh, we have stopped teaching. Do we need to run Schoolhouse Rock on a loop? I'm just a bill, like, just on a loop on all public radio stations to explain the different levels and how all of this works. Because if I hear one more time that we are in a democracy, Imma lose my god dang mind. I'm gonna go full Hank Hill when he was labeled a woman on his driver's license, 'cause I can't. I saw this earlier and I was gonna put it in Newsy News, but then I thought Auntie Mo Explains It All it's more of a weekend story. What in the entire F? Think Osama bin Laden is trendy with TikTokers. Try hashtag T life. Y'all, I don't wanna have to run for president because 'cause I've said a lot of things on the internets, and Nikki Haley annoys me, and I don't wanna have to go on stage, but I would like to have someone do my makeup. It's really vain that I wanna go on stage and I don't really like yelling at people and debating, mainly because 'cause I'd basically just call everyone morons and say, "You're all lying," and I'd have to talk to people a whole lot. But I swear to God, we're gonna need a mom to come fix this bull s, because there is some there is some dumbness going on. I wanna say a lot of words that were gonna get me in trouble. There is a cancer growing, and there is necrosis in the tissue, and I have been watching a whole lot of Good Doctor. Oh, thank you. If you could just teach me how to do, the cat eyeliner where they look like sisters and not distant cousins that may not even be related, like the milkman came over, and one is from Jersey and one is from California. Osama bin Laden, 9/11 mastermind and Gen Z darling. Never mind his, spotty record on women's and homosexual rights, nor the mass murder of more than 3,000 innocent Americans, an attack that turned lower Manhattan into a cancerous pit that continues to kill first responders to this very day. He sure is dreamy. Bin Laden was killed by Navy SEALs allegedly. No, I'm just kidding. In 2011, but his unlikely revival comes courtesy of young progressive women who discovered his 2002 quote letter to America end quote, which lays out our country's sins that brought on 9/11. Look, Rambo 3 was a travesty and we've done apologized for it, sir. Look, we praised the Mujahideen in Rambo 3. We shouldn't have done it. Rambo 3 was an accident. We've done apologized for Sylvester Stallone, and he's back in the Expendables, and we've given him a limited leash, okay? And we've learned from history, not one person should ever go for Afghanistan. Russia couldn't win it, China couldn't win it, we couldn't win it. No one should go to Afghanistan. It is, in fact, an empire breaker. The enemy of our enemy is not really our friend, and unfortunately, Reagan learned that. Well, we apologized for Rambo 3, the ending where we, praised the brave fighters of the Mujahideen because they were fighting against the Russians. But, basically, proxy wars are bad. Yes, we know this. We shouldn't be engaged in them. In the grand tradition of TikTokers claiming bold social discoveries, the letter is going viral on the Chinese owned app, which also acts as an American hating echo chamber. Wow, tell us your angle. Tell us how you feel, New York Post. Going viral these days is pretty unremarkable. What's really galling here is the mass embrace of bin Laden's abhorrent manifesto. Which of his idea roped in new disciples who eagerly filmed themselves having a moment of quote, mind blown clarity as if they finished binging a Netflix series. Listen, they're God love you. Look, listen, Gen Alpha, Gen Z, whoever you are, I know it's easy to think that y'all are the first people that discovered things, like when, Oh god, Jennifer Lawrence thought she was the first female action hero because she did Hunger Games. Sigourney Weaver would like to kick your ass. She did it in, you know, freaking underpants. She killed a queen in a pair of underpants sweating with an afro, so shut the hell up. Also, yeah, Sarah Connor would like to also kick your ass. She destroyed Skynet and nearly killed, not Bill Gates. First action hero. I know Gen Z, you think you have done everything for the first time. I understand that. And I understand as a teenager, you feel as though you have done everything because you haven't learned this thing called reflection and understanding. But what you are being sold right now is called propaganda. This man, Mr. Bin Laden, if you will, and I'm using Mr. as I can't use the words that I want to use and still remain online. This degenerate, possibly goat effing MFer knew American morals. He studied them. He studied our soft spots. He understood our morals. This is exactly why the people in Palestine understand morals and put things under hospitals. And again, I say this because I don't have a dog in the fight. I want innocent people not to be hurt. I am not Israeli. I am not Palestinian. I have no wisdom here to give on this particular fight, which is why I don't give wisdom about this fight because I am not intelligent about it. Anyone talking about it and don't have, the slightest clue about what's going on shouldn't do it. I'm not on TikTok, I'm not on the Twitters, I am not running my mouth about it on Newsy News because I don't know enough about it. I'm not spouting off. I didn't read Osama bin Laden's letter and have a revelation that everyone is a colonizer because I didn't. But here is the thing. This gentleman was educated in all of the best schools. He studied psychology and he found every single weak point of the West. So when he wrote a letter to America, he knew exactly the soft spots to target. And he is using our mores, our social caveats, the things that we hold dear against us. It is the same reason that some people, when they go overseas, some soldiers have been alleged to dip their munitions in pig grease because it is dishonorable. It is dishonorable, and some people would like to use knowledge of cultural dishonor against the people they are fighting against. And I'm not upset with you because you haven't been taught critical thought. The schools took out cursive. Now my sons are being taught cursive in private schools. Yeah, that's the other thing. Y You have been taught not to question, but to take the first 10, Google searches from, authenticated sites and to take it as gospel. You have not been taught to question. You have not been taught the Socratic method where you go and you question everything down to its base level and figure things out. You have not you have not said, I wonder if this is right. I'll go read a book. That doesn't sound right. I'll read a book from an opposing site. You have been told, no, that person is canceled. They are wrong, and you should never read their point of view. I bet you didn't know that one of the founders of Greenpeace, Yes. That's what I'm saying. Me and Candace Owens. Not having opinion means I am I bet you didn't know that the founder of Greenpeace, who happens to be a climate scientist, along with an actual ecologist, quit because of the radicalization of his associates. There is so much knowledge that's being kept from you, and it's not your fault in particular. You have educators who don't want to educate. They want to indoctrinate. So I am not upset with you for being targeted by propaganda. I am upset with the Department of Education. Our parents, the baby boomers, do you know that they graduated from high school and there was no Department of Education? They did just fine. In fact, they were the biggest generation to go through colleges, to graduate, to get jobs. No Department of Education. The world did not pass out. In fact, their schools were governed locally and did better because, when you can have smaller levels of control, things tend to work out better. It's almost like things do that. It's very strange. Useful idiots are, in Gen Z vernacular, here for it. Yeah, I know. Mowing the deep end, gone. Gonna get a knock on the door. We're here for re-education. I'm gonna come back doing, who are those girls that eat the, animated, food bit things? I'm gonna be doing that when I come back. It'll be awesome. They'll be like, "Oh, no," and I'll be selling bathwater. It'll be awesome, just awesome, as per usual. Where am I going? I'm trying to get you to redirect, and I know I was here one day. It's I'm always the smartest person I have ever been, except when I'm not, which is always great. Ah, some days it is just a day some days. But right here, uh, Bin Laden's hatred of a certain people that were yarmulkes, if you will, calling the creation of Israel a crime which must be erased, and accusing the United States of attacking us in Palestine. The funny thing is that Palestine was the word, or was the state that, well, the name that was given when it was a principality governed by Britain that housed mostly Arab people. The history is very fascinating when you are just a passive observer and don't really have a dog in the fight, which look, again, I want no one hurt. That is an impossibility right now. It is a heated topic. And that's why I do not, in fact, delve into this topic because I have no wisdom to give at all. And everyone has very much great opinions about it. They are Everyone has deeply passionate opinions about it, it seems like, and goodness knows, I don't really have any of that. I mean, I do, but everyone has an opinion, and I'm not here to make your opinion my opinion or my opinion your opinion. I expect y'all to have your own opinions and be able to do with that what you wish, as long as you don't hurt anyone or aren't mean or, cause drama in the chat. I am proud of you for having your own god dang opinion. I don't That's not what this channel is, and I can't find the redirect button, and I'm not going to try today. It is not the day for that. I am sorry. I have no idea why you are hidden. Good weekend, yes. Happy Sunday. Uh, yes, so each of their aha moments are nearly identical, heavy on the cliches and F-bombs, short on the details. Quote, "I need everyone to stop what you're doing now," said creator. I'm not gonna give her name because, again, I don't I don't blame these young people. Look, every one of us was young. Every one of us didn't have the life knowledge, didn't have life kick us in the face and force us to get out of our own bubbles. Every one of us had the luxury of being young and idyllic and not very smart and in our own bubble. Very smart. See, Solomon knows stuff. I do not. Oh, second tab. There we go. Wait. Thank you, Baker. My brain, not there. My smartness, on the go. Why am I having a mentalness? No, that is not that. Look, y'all, it is being a day. Thank you, Baker, for the assist. It is just not my day for remembering and assistant. But thank you for the assist. And if it were a day where I could actually pay attention, I would do that. But unfortunately, my attentionness and thank you, Baker. You are so sweet. This is what I love. I love this community where we help each other and we're not, you know, rangy buttholes to each other. So, look, every one of us, I thought, look, the biggest trouble I've ever gotten in at home, as I've told you, every single person in my household, service members. I am not redirecting. I am having an entire total ADHD day. I'm gonna go lay down. I had a pretty rough night, so I didn't sleep very well. So, total transparency, I can't remember how to redirect. Baker is trying to walk me through it, but I am having a total brain fart. So even though Baker is doing like hand over hand, I am having a mental so he is trying to be very kind and help me, but I am even resistant to hand over hand today. So we are just gonna wang it. I'm gonna remind you to go over there. Now, where was I? Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. Oh, biggest trouble I ever got into. So, as I said, entire family, full service unit or full, dad, military, mom, military, stepdad, military, stepbrother, military, you know, brother, military, everyone military. Me, had a very liberal bunch of very liberal teachers, fully liberal. I decided very proudly to tell my mother I was going to be a conscientious objector. That went over like freaking well, like Patton joining Greenpeace, if you will. I don't believe my mother was very proud of me. It was, yeah, yeah, she had me read what conscientious objector actually meant, and we agreed to disagree. Now I in hindsight, yes, we live to tell the tale, and You know, it did highlight that there are different lenses through which people Baker, it's just not gonna happen today. It's just not gonna. I'm sorry. It's just I thank you so much. You've done a wonderful job. I am gonna go take a nap. I'm gonna try to be on, with EU. I'm going to set an alarm. Hopefully, I can join. I know she's got, I believe, potentially criminal, and Baker is going to be baking, and Baker is awesome. Thank you, Broken. Look, I had to have all of these emotional, girly, effing, stupid feelings last night, and feelings are stupid and ridiculous and messy and dumb, and I hate them, and they just they're messy, and I've logicked my feelings out, and I've said all the words, and I don't wanna do them. Can can I pin the link? Let's see if I can pin the link. Do, do, do. Yeah, I'm just a little bit out of it, to be very honest with you. Where the hell is my internet? I am exhausted. This whole body going kind of ridiculous on you is just about the dumbest thing you will ever have to deal with in your entire life. I mean, honestly, I am doing the most exciting, fun, thing I ever thought I would ever do in my entire life and hanging out with the coolest people ever and basically making fun of people and just mouthing off on the internet, which is totally awesome. 'Cause, you know, coolness, and I get to play with Sailor Moon stuff in the background and do Legos for fun, and my body is, like, totally the sarcasm is willing and the body is like, "Meh," some days. Oh, that thing, yeah, I can do that. I am getting awesomer by the day. Yeah, I'm way done with stuff. Doo, doo, doo. No, that's not it. No, there should be dots. Where are the dots? Why are there no dots? Moderation pop-out chat. Doo, doo, doo. No, I have dots. Why are you being such a oh, wait, no, plus. Okay, that should be I put it in Q&A. I cannot find anything. Look, y'all, I am gonna end this. I'm gonna go take a nap. My brain is scrambled eggs. In Yes, remember, what in the actual Schnell are you talking about? Thank you everyone for joining me on my squirrels are all in a nebula blender word babble vomit time where I attempt to give you wisdom and just go, oh, thank you. I will see you all tomorrow for Newsy News. I might be on with Hearsay, and we're just going to wing it for the rest of the day. It might be nap time. I might be on with Excited Utterance. We will see what the leg says. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Look, in all honesty and transparency, be kind to yourself. Life is hard. Life can suck all the donkey balls. You're doing your best. You're trying. Just be kind to yourself. Have a great day. Next week is coming up. It'll be good. We're going to make it good. I'm going to have newsy news. People are doing weird stuff all the time. I will find the weird stuff and stay out of mostly politics and Mesopotamia. So we will have good news for you. Have a great evening. Go to Baker's, go to EU, and go sub to Sal because we need to get him monetized, and sub to EU because we need to get her monetized. And, check out new creators. Go support everyone. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to go take a nap. Bye, guys.